there are a massive amount of Bitcoin that are going into accumulation addresses. In fact, $1.6 billion have gone into accumulation addresses so far this year, year to date. That is an enormous amount. So there's definitely people loading up right now, not just institutions through ETFs. No, there are people that are buying a ton of Bitcoin. So don't be feared out by volatility or recent price stagnation, okay? There's a lot more goodness to come. No one should be panicking above 60,000. And On-Chain College argues no one should be panicking above 55,000 because the short-term holder basis average price is about $55,000 and we're nowhere close to that. Okay, so these are all fantastic stuff. Stock to flow, you can clearly see we are recovering up in a big, major way. If we're on track this time and we're going to break through the upper limits of where we should be this cycle, that would put us at an astronomical level. That would be like, you can't see my cursor, but I'm pointing somewhere around $500,000. So if we break through, in 2021 we didn't because of the Fed. This time around we don't have the Fed. In fact, we have Fed helping us in the US because we will be getting 3 rate cuts this year and probably another 3 or 4 rate cuts next year. So this time around, the Fed is not against us. The Fed is with us. That will be blowing up the US economy with rate cuts left and right. Okay, so if you imagine that, I mean, you look at the cycles before 2021, you could see they both had blow off tops and exceeded expectations of the stock to flow. So this time around, if that happens, we exceed expectation of where the stock to flow predicts Bitcoin will be. Well, then Bitcoin will be somewhere between $100,000 and $1 million, right in between. So that puts it right around $500,000. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, guys. But while this is happening, though, we do have one of the greatest wealth transfers in history. And what am I talking about? Well, we had $836 million outflow this week. You guys know who that's from, right? From Grayscale. And that's because they keep on selling. They've been selling like crazy. They've been selling for the past 2 months, basically. Now they have sold over $12 billion worth of Bitcoin. Grayscale used to hold the largest amount of Bitcoin of any entity outside Satoshi. Now their supply is dwindling, right? And this week they sold close to $1 billion, and of course they're still today. So it could add up to $1 billion outflow, which is absolutely insane if you think about it, right? And we've been talking about this for quite some time. And people are speculating that what's happening now is more related to the bankruptcies of DCG and Genesis. Maybe early on, a lot of the outflows were simply people that want to cash out. But now, I mean, we're seeing massive amount of outflows every single day, right? And we know that the parent company DCG is in trouble, needs at least $3 billion. And then Genesis, who went bankrupt, needed $1.6 billion. So it could be related to that, what we're seeing right now. So people are speculating that maybe this will be over soon because those will be replenished, right? But, you know, that's why I used Larry Fink's picture on the thumbnail, because while this is happening, you know, guess who's buying? Even though there are other ETFs and they've been trying to do their best, most of them can't compare to BlackRock, right? BlackRock had a pretty good day, inflow of 233 million. Let's see what happens today. But they had some absolutely monster buys this past 2 months, right? While Grayscale is selling. So we are seeing the greatest wealth transfer in Bitcoin's history, from an entity that had 650,000 Bitcoin to now 300 something thousand Bitcoin. And if they're still selling at this pace, pretty soon they're going to lose that $300 billion worth of Bitcoin. Or no, is it billion? No. 300,000 Bitcoin will be flowing into BlackRock, right? That's the reality of the situation. It's if you think about it, it's just a really bad all-around scenario, right? Larry Fink and BlackRock, even though short-term we talked about how, yeah, they're buying everything up, it's driving prices up, but like think about how bad that is long-term when BlackRock controls the fund that has 650,000 Bitcoin or 1 million Bitcoin or eventually 5 million Bitcoin or something like that. It would be outrageous for one company to hold so much. And we know what BlackRock is all about. Long-term holders are not giving up. The holder wave shows coins last active 6 months ago, 80%, basically all-time high. Okay, most of you guys that are holding Bitcoin, you know that you don't want to give up. You don't want to give all your Bitcoin to BlackRock or Fidelity or any of the other ETFs or even MicroStrategy. As much as we love Michael Saylor, why are you going to sell your Bitcoin to MicroStrategy? He has enough. You need to hold some for yourself, right? So that's why most Bitcoiners are not selling. That's why the holder wave is so high. And that's fantastic. But there are some that are selling, unfortunately. There's always just a little bit that can't stand the heat. You know how the saying goes, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Well, it's kind of the same thing in investing. If you can't stand the volatility, don't invest, right? Like that's kind of exactly how it is. It's the price of admission. But it's really not that difficult. You just have to HODL and DCA. That's all you have to do. And let's not forget the miners too. Miners continue to hash and they continue to HODL what they hash, okay? Their hash rate, or they're pushing the hash rate to astronomical levels right now. It is at an all-time high. That's not going to stop. So the network is getting stronger by the minute. And those miners, they're hoarding every single Bitcoin that they mine. So again, adds to the supply shock. If they're not releasing the Bitcoin that they're mining, so basically everyone is fighting for what exists. And even if they are releasing what they're mining, there's not that much. We already mined 95% of all Bitcoin in existence. So they're all fighting for just the last 5%. So think about it. Vast majority have already been mined. Everyone's fighting for the last little bit. But what's out there is being eaten up by these big whales and institutions and ETFs. So again, it's not rocket science. The way we're going right now, Bitcoin will be much, much, much higher.